I know with Furniture, I remember with the vocal, the fact that you were just grasping the words meant that you felt every word because it was an authentic word and a new word, or the same with a take. That excitement of that it's not working, but you know that the potential's there, and then that you get it, and then that you've frozen that moment. That is, yeah.
Well, the words are really strong on Furniture, though. They're really quite heartfelt, and they're quite heavy and quite bleak as well at times. You know, it's quite. You know, when I first heard it, I thought, oh, yeah, and it sort of, yeah, it reminded me of being your age, I think, and sort of things that you really go through at that age, and I really, really like the album lyrically.
I think
it's very strong.
I think like, and you probably knew because you know us, that at that time, I know Gaff was quite unhappy, and I was probably unhappy in a way, and so it was like that thing. We didn't have any money really, so it was like that thing of trying to make something optimistic, informed by how we were feeling. You know what I mean? Yes. Rather than kind of making something that was down, almost like getting ourselves out of it by making music that's optimistic.
Yeah, because it's sort of bleak but full of energy. It's quite, it's sort of lyrically. And there are times where it gets really beautiful as well, and really, you know, really, it is optimistic and fun at times, as well as being quite uncomfortable at times. You know, a song like Furniture is actually quite uncomfortable in some ways. But on the other hand, it's got humour to it as well. Yeah. So it's not being really overly heavy about it. Yeah. Yeah. So where do you see it going, the next stuff then?
I don't know. It's really weird because I think with this record, it was like that thing. I'd been living in a city. I'd been living in London. That sounds like a trendy. I've been living in London, just hanging out in London. I've been living in London, and I think that informed it completely. And in terms of my relationship, in terms of our relationship within the band, everyone else, that feeling that I seem to feel that everyone was struggling. You know, even if they weren't saying they were struggling, people you'd meet out who seemed to be really up weren't up. And that general feeling of trying to ask questions in the music so that to open a conversation of kind of how people are feeling, you know. So it was like, I think it was that it felt like a confident thing of wanting to reach out, and I know that sounds like an unfashionable thing to say, but really wanting to reach out to people and make something that feels like it understands in a way. I don't know. I know that's it really. It's difficult to talk about words like that, I think, because it's been hijacked so much in the past in a kind of like self-righteous way that now I think you've got a reverse thing with bands where they feel, or artists, music people, where they feel that they honesty or truth are seen as really fucking uncool stuff, and it's, I think, the opposite for us in a way, wanting to make something that's the truest, most authentic thing that has empathy in, you know, because I don't see much empathy in much pop music, you know what I mean? So much pop music makes me feel isolated, like someone else is having a better time than me. Whereas I know they're having a shit time, so why are they saying they're having a good time? You know what I mean? I don't mind if someone says, enjoy stuff, great, that's great, because that makes you feel, it makes you feel like you can enjoy stuff. But people that are saying, you know, I'm on a dance floor with a girl, it's really fucking cool, isn't it? You know, it's, as in, I don't know,